The audacity that my equipment had today, one of my ring lights literally just broke. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Iris, and this is the second episode of my podcast series on this channel. I said it. I said it. I said it. Halloween just passed, and I was a fairy at dress up practice. We had a little cute competition for best dressed costume. You know what I should have done? I also had this idea of coming in dressed as like just a plain t-shirt with people's worst fears like just written on my shirt. Commitment. Stop cheating on your partner. Woo, sheesh. Stop going back to old habits and people. Talking to myself on that one. Anyway, we got some things to talk about today. It's about 6 days before the PBL finally starts again, and I know everyone is so excited. I'm excited. My team is excited, and we're just prepping for season. This is definitely the first time PBL will have this long season. It's kind of strange. It's going to go from November to mid-December-ish, and then we're taking a 1-month break. Not entirely sure why. Someone please explain. But I don't know. We're going to come back after a month. I think there's going to be some interesting things happening in the league, and then we're going to play. If you make it to championship round, you'll probably make it all the way through May of 2025. So this will be quite interesting for our league. And during this prep time, teams will be doing a lot of SNC, aka strength and conditioning, and also more volleyball training. Hot topic, do we think strength and conditioning is more important or volleyball? In my humble opinion, I think during this prep time, like right before season, way more important to just play volleyball. And even though our bodies would be tired through practice, it's still very important that, the championship team ends up being the team that can play more volleyball, better volleyball, and just compete more. But also for me, I do strength and conditioning things before and after practices. And a shout out to my SNC coach, Coach Diego. Thank you for keeping me healthy. And also shout out to our PTs for our team, Coach Mike, PT Joves, and PT Ivan, who also do a great job of working with us athletes and keep us ready and healthy for the season. Like I said, I work with my SNC coach outside of Capital One, and he helps me load up for season, and we collaborate on what I need, what part of my body is hurting, and also what parts of my body needs more strength to endure this entire season. And then also teams prep by, like I said, more volleyball touches, but also with more scrimmages, and teams will either scrimmage against each other, like other PBL teams, or like we also invite other people, other players, other teams to come, or we go to their gyms and also have scrimmages, or they call it tune-up games here in the Philippines. But yeah, it's just more volleyball, getting ready to play more volleyball. And speaking of team preparation, I think a huge part in a successful team is having good bench culture or good B-side culture. So there's A side, which is the starting 6 or 7, and typically it's the ones who play the most throughout the season. Then you have B side, which are your second, third, fourth stringers who they train and practice very hard, and they show up and do their job to the best of their ability. But sometimes they just don't see the court as much as they want to. But again, in my opinion, I think having a good B-side and bench culture is really important for the most successful teams, because the B-side is the ones who are preparing the A-side the most. It's the ones who are challenging the A-side in order to prepare for game day. Like you got to gel with your teammates. You got to, as a setter, you got to know all your hitters, whether they are A-side, B-side, but definitely the A-side attackers and passers. And there's just so many factors into preparing the A-side to go win a game one at a time. But if you have players on the B side who just show up to practice and don't really give their all, your gym is just going to be mediocre, and nobody wants a mediocre gym, okay? First of all, you don't want mediocre people on your team, but if you're just not ready to accept and embrace that role of pushing other people in order to be better, you're not going to be better. Again, the importance of B-side and bench culture being ready whenever their time comes, it's going to just help your team be better. And I've been on the B-side for a very long time after being a starter and someone who just doesn't leave the court for most of my career. A few years ago, I started experiencing the B side, and then all of a sudden it got to where I wasn't even suited up for games. Yeah, I wasn't even suited up for games, and it destroyed my confidence, and that was part of a huge reason why I probably didn't perform, and I couldn't perform because I had no confidence. I was expected to perform so well in practice, which I did, and it was fun. But then when I got to the game and all the pressure of, the team, management, bosses, owners, on top of the supportive fans, and then you have the bashers against me, like, it was a tough job. And sometimes coaches are going to try to pull something out of the B side. Like, they're expecting you to just go in and do it, pull a miracle out of yourself, and let's hope for the best. And it's hard. It's tough. But being on the B side kind of makes your skin tougher if you're one of those people who truly accept and embrace that role. And how did I deal with being a bench player or a B side player? I'm not going to lie to you. I cried a lot. I'm an emotional person. I process my feelings. I deal with my feelings. And there were so many nights where I just would call up my closest people, my family and my friends, and I would just like cry and just not know what to do. I felt helpless. I felt all these emotions. I fell into like, why does this keep happening to me? Like, I'm working my hardest, but no one's seeing my value. And honestly, that's just what it is. People don't see your value. And there's a whole lot that goes into the mentality of working through going from playing so much, top of your career, blah, 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 having all these accolades, and then all of a sudden not even dressing for a game. That's pretty damaging to mental health and confidence. But like I said, I reached out to people. I had to work through it, and I really had to dig deep into faith, especially like God really got me through everything. And it was really important to me to be able to deal with myself and to help myself through all of this, because I at some point I had to stop feeling sorry for myself and just keep working through it and just know that something is on the other side, or something was going to be on the other side for me if I just pushed through all this trouble and struggle internally. So eventually it did. I had an amazing miraculous blessing to go play in South Korea for one of the best leagues in Asia, in the world. Like, I got to play next to and against Olympians. And, even though I ended up being on the B side and also not really seeing much playing time, mind you, I was competing with 4 other setters on the team, I would do it all over again. All the hurt and pain I've gone through with volleyball, with coaches, with management, just not seeing my value and factors of why I lost confidence in myself, I would go through it all over again. I got to experience a different experience. I just can't explain it. Like, it's just an experience that I had to embrace, even though it was extremely difficult, being a legit import and getting there and only knowing a couple of familiar faces, and that was it. And then I came back here, and it led to me ending up on a team where I'm just having the time of my life. I'm having so much fun. That doesn't mean I'm not going through struggles on this team, on, being back in Philippine volleyball, where Philippine volleyball is not very good. Like, let's just be honest, volleyball in the Philippines, it's not great compared to the rest of the world. It's 2 episodes in, and I'm probably going to get canceled for saying that. But listen, you know what? I'm the most bashed player in the Philippines, been the most bashed player in the Philippines for years. We're used to this already. Anyway, but yeah, coming back to the Philippines and having to deal with the Philippine volleyball scene here again, having to deal with the lifestyle changes again, I would do it all again because it led me to such a great experience, and it led me to a place where I can just add this to my testimony of how faith is and how good God really is. If you're going through being a bench player right now, being a B-side player, here's the reality. 1, you're probably just not good enough right now. 2, at some point you probably are, or you have been in a victim mentality. And 3, you haven't made the decision to hold yourself accountable and just put all your work into it. Like your 100%, you haven't given yourself 100% to the goal that is on the other side. And I don't want to take away other reasons for why you might not be playing. You might be going through sports politics. You might be dealing with a coach or coaches or management that just doesn't want to play you for A, B, and C reasons. Listen, I'm not calling out anyone. I'm not saying anything about any specific program on that. But let's be honest. There's sports politics out here, and people got to play things right. That's all I'm saying. We all know this. It's nothing new. Don't act shocked when I'm the one who says this, okay? But yeah, if you're dealing with being a bench player, just keep putting the work in. Don't stop if this is truly your passion, if this is truly the game you want to keep getting better at. You have to just keep going. You have no choice. Otherwise, you fall victim to failing or quitting. And you know what? If you have to take a step back or if you have to quit, I'm not here to stop you. But I'm just saying, if you have a calling on your life, if you understand your purpose and calling in life, and your sport is it at this moment, don't you dare quit. Don't you dare. And the difference between being a professional athlete, being on the bench versus like a high schooler, a middle schooler, or kind of even a college player is just that we're getting paid. There's money involved. It's a business. We're playing for a business. We're playing for a company. We are employees of the company. So it's tough when there's money involved, but that's just how life is. And again, it's our career. I've also gotten a lot of questions of how I balance life and work. Fortunately, I'm lucky enough to be able to call volleyball and what I love to do my job or my work. So getting paid to do what you love to do is just, it's the bee's knees, honestly. And I have to keep myself on a routine, but also give way for adjustments. And I have to be able to adapt to situations faster and just be moldable. And I have always, like growing up, I was always the type A, like I need to have a plan. I need to have organization every single time. And I'm a pretty organized person, but I've learned, especially playing in the Philippines, I've learned that I need to let go of some things and allow myself to adapt and go with the flow in some aspects while also keeping my characteristics of just being an organized person when I'm able to and when it will work best for me in the situation, if that makes any sense. With my daily and my game routine, I try to keep it similar, but I do things that just keep me in rhythm. And part of my daily routine, I love to make my own breakfast. I make my own bagels from scratch every morning. Well, hold on. I make my own bagel, just one bagel per day. I make myself a chocolate chip cinnamon bagel, and your girl is a little fancy with the coffee now. She's climbing up the fancy coffee ladder. I just bought an espresso machine and a coffee grinder, so watch out, coffee world. I'm about to start making some latte art soon. And that is just part of my morning routine that I love to do. And also, while I'm making my breakfast, I'm also listening to the Bible app. And whatever, like there's a 365 plan, so I just click on whatever day I'm supposed to be reading and it just reads it to me, and I'm taking it all in while working with my hands and, preparing for my day. And it's so fun. And yeah, after that, I just, that space between breakfast and getting ready to leave for training or practice or whatever, it's a space where I can either call my family, call my friends, whatever, just chill, read a little book or read a little bit of my book. And I also, like I said earlier, I do pre-practice work. So Coach Diego will either send me a program or I'll go work out with him. And then after the pre-training work, I have ball practice, and then some SNC stuff after as well. So yeah, that's typically a normal training day for me. And then if I'm coaching, I'll either schedule it right after my training, or there'll be an hour or so in between where I can come home, grab a quick dinner, and then go. So it really just depends. And then game day routine is pretty simple. Get a morning workout / lift, and then I just chill at home, order some food, get my mind ready, watch some film, and do my makeup. So yeah, after I do my wing liner makeup routine for game day, play the game obviously, and then I'll do a post game workout as well. Yes, pre-game workout and post-game workout. You heard that correctly. I'm actually really excited for this conference because people that were injured before are going to be playing again. Well, hopefully playing again. And, you guys get to see your favorite stars on the court. Woo! And, I get to see my friends back on the court, and it's truly awesome. It's cool and fun playing against your friends and with your friends as well. And I'm excited to see what the competition will be like. So I hope you guys are excited about season as much as I am, as much as our team is. And if you want to be Capital One fans, you come on over. Come on over to the bright side. We love more fans. And I just want to give a shout out to all of you volleyball fans and you Capital One supporters especially. So thank you guys so much for your love, and we are so excited to see you guys at the games again. That's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast series so far. Please let me know down in the comment section below what else you guys want to see, what else I should talk about. And thank you guys for the ones who already left comments. Those are super helpful, and I'm definitely going to look into responding to more of your comments as we post more videos. So thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!